see, I mean, this is really indicative of how quickly people try to get out of there. Look at all the stuff that's
Look at the middle of your screen. This person in the red being dragged down the hill. Black shorts, red shirt right there. Be a woman.
She's got zip ties. She's cuffed. She's got her hands behind her back.
She's in custody. A little bit easier for them to get onto the expressway than it was for them to get off the expressway. They found themselves at a point where it was a tough climb, and then there you see the fence, the concrete wall, and then a fence that you have to get back over.
Yeah, if they'd gone back where they came from, they would have had a better, easier to get off, but where they got trapped, they couldn't get across.
And you can see officers there still arresting people, still detaining people.
And it's a very steep hill to go up and down to, especially if you're coming.
Earlier today I was near Independence Hall, and I did notice that they had fenced off with no barricades the portion of the mall that was directly in front of Independence Hall. The other portion back towards the Constitution Center was opened up, but they wanted to protect that area. So the city obviously was prepared for them to be in that area, and they had closed off some streets to traffic to allow the protesters to march through the streets. And we watched them go to police headquarters, to Independence Hall, through Center City this afternoon. This has been going on since before 4 o'clock. Now they're dispersed. The question is, what's next? There you see traffic. It looks like traffic is moving again, at least on that one.
That looks like it's all cop cars.
That does look like, yeah.
Yeah, and then there is a small group over here by the Free Library. That's about as far away as they're going so far.
What about traffic, Jeremy, getting in and out of the city on the Vine Street Expressway? Because we know this has been closed down for maybe 30 minutes now, and it was at a standstill. It still is.
As I pull out and pan back, you can see that it hasn't gone anywhere coming into the city from 76. And then 76 is also still shut down right there at Vine Street, so it's backed up for about as far as you can see.
Still not a normal rush hour. Obviously, we're still in a lot of restrictions in terms of COVID-19. We don't see the normal volume of traffic, but with this going on, all cars right there are at a standstill, so it kind of does look like a normal commute. But it's 5:15 in the afternoon. A lot of businesses in Center City still closed, not yet reopened. There was so much hope that we were going to be moving in that direction. City officials saying today it's still unclear where we're going with all of this, given what's been happening the past few evenings here in Philadelphia.
Right, the mayor earlier today said, with somebody asking that very question, Jim,
Right.
you know, are we going to do this yellow phase on Friday? And he said, look, I'm not going to say no, but at this point I'm really not going to say yes. Because they anticipated protests today. Commissioner Danielle Outlaw said she anticipated protests today, and they were going to be, adapting their response. And this is what we have. We've got a large group of protesters. Now, it looks like, Jeremy, this is back on 22nd Street, if I'm correct. This is back.
Yeah, this is 22nd Street right here. There's a small group that got here and they just stopped moving. It kind of looks like some of them sat down and they're just standing around now and just protesting.
The officers did what they had to do to try to get them off the expressway. They moved them up on top, and that would be at least a little bit less disruptive than having them on the Vine Street Expressway with people right in mid-drive, if you will, coming to a standstill with protesters surrounding the cars that we saw.
Yeah, it seems that as long as they're not on 676 or the expressway, they're going to let them do whatever they want to do as long as they stay peaceful.
And Jeremy, you know, we watched that. We watched that for hours. Philadelphia police officers riding alongside of the protesters. They made their way through Center City, just making sure that they stayed in line. But the moment they went around the officers, going down 22nd, around the officers, down that ramp onto the Vine Street Expressway. That is when the tear gas came out. That is when that crowd really dispersed, and they got people out of there so as not to disrupt that major artery through the city.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, for hours they were circling the city and everything was peaceful and going. It was getting on to 676 that triggered that response from the state police.
We now have the National Guard here in Philadelphia that's helping out. We saw Chief Jones near City Hall, where the Guard is deployed to protect some of our resources, our key landmarks. This whole area where we are looking right now these overpasses have been redone. We've watched that project underway. This whole area has sort of been beautified, if you will. There are new developments nearby where people have moved, and we're obviously near the Ben Franklin Parkway, one of the city's most iconic and beautiful parkways that leads to the Philadelphia Museum of Art. But this is very disruptive, obviously, right now.
And it looks like a lot of people are kneeling. Yes, a lot of people are kneeling. They've got their hands up. They're on one knee. We should say that these protests started out peaceful. NBC Times' Keith Jones has moved from the City Hall area to this area. Keith, you're on the ground. Tell us what you're seeing.
So right now we're walking along Vine on the outer lanes right now. There are a lot of the protesters out here. I don't know if you can hear our shot or see us, but there are protesters all around us who say they were tear cast down on the highway. That's why they ran as quickly as they could off of it. They're gathered right here at 18th and Vine where we are right now. You can see a lot of them here managing to steady up the shot. They're still carrying their signs. They're much less organized than they were before, I can tell you that much. A lot of them are posted up here at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints right here along Vine Street. So again, the outer lane's not down on the highway itself anymore, at least from where we are. I can tell you though, from an observation, what I smell, what I feel in my eyes, you can feel the tear gas, it's still in the air. We're going to get a better vantage point here down on the highway. As you see
Keith, just to let you know, your camera shot is up. We do see Manny's camera now.
That's good. Yeah, you can see all the traffic backed up here, heading on out of the city on the westbound side of 676. And you can see each of the corners actually here on 18th and Vine. You can see just how many people are just scattered here. We're going to keep walking along as they're yelling at Philadelphia police officers. We're going to try to keep the microphones away. There's a lot of expletives and yelling. But you see all of the sirens on. They're moving on down. But you see all of these protesters getting left and stuff on it. See all these protesters out here on either side of the road. They're off the road here. But again, they were down on the highway. The Vine is, of course, this way. That's where all the traffic. Hundreds of people. Philadelphia police, can you imagine Mikey headed down to that highway to clear up that traffic back up? The bike trucks are coming down here. Hey, Danny, turn around for a second.
Hey, Keith, while you're getting set there, to make matters worse, we're told the Ben Franklin Bridge is now closed. So that's going to make it tough for anybody trying to get in or out of Philadelphia on the New Jersey side or vice versa.
So from our vantage point down here on the street, there's been a ton of Philadelphia police officers both on bikes as you're seeing right now in vehicles. We've yet to see the National Guard though leave that post they have at City Hall near that Frank Rizzo statue that the mayor vowed he'd take down in about a month or so, expediting that schedule, which is a lot longer. And again, as we continue to pass through these intersections right now, this is Vine and 19th, you see some people wearing masks, some not. I can tell you the air is acrid. You can tell that there was some type of material used. Tear gas is what we presume. Of course, we haven't heard that from police just yet. But here's another view now as we're at 18th and Vine, some people out of their cars.
Actually, Keith, what we're looking at, we've got a live shot from Skyforce 10 of people on the Vine Street Expressway. There are about 24 or so, maybe more people that are in zip ties that are being detained, and it looks like they're loading them onto a sheriff's bus at this moment, right in the middle of the Vine Street Expressway. And I'm being told also that Matt DeLucia, NBC10's Matt DeLucia, is in this area as well. Matt, if you can hear me, tell us where you are and what you see.
So right now we're at 22nd Street, right by the exit of the Vine Street Expressway. And you can see that there are a number of the protesters here who are moving out of the area right now. And just over here you can see that there's a line of state police officers. They're just guarding the entrance right there so that you can see people are not able to travel onto 676 at this point from the Vine Street area. You can see over here there is another police unit there that is blocking the entrance to 676. We do understand that there was some tear gas that was deployed a little while ago. In fact, it's still lingering in the air right now. But as you look throughout this area, you can see that there are a large number of people here right by the 22nd Street and this exit here.
And Matt, we have Sky 4010 on the air above you, and we're seeing those officers on bicycles moving over the overpass, trying to move some of these protesters.
Yeah, backed up by people in
From this area. You can see that police are now trying to move everyone back away from the overpass from 676. There was a large group that was on that overpass there, and now everyone's being moved back. A little bit right here, you can see that there's a mix of Philadelphia police over here, also some state police. They're screaming, hands up, don't shoot. And they're trying to use the bikes to keep the crowd, and there you can see a skirmish underway right now between some of these protesters and police. Again, this is at 22nd Street, and now people are throwing objects. There are a couple of orange cones. For the most part, everything was peaceful here. People are, holding their hands up, holding their signs. But now once the police started to try to move everyone back, that is when we started to see a little bit more of the skirmish between these protesters and the police. Again, they're trying to move everyone back away from that overpass to 676. Earlier, people had gone onto the highway. They were able to take care of that rather quickly. The state police and Philadelphia police are here right now. You can hear them chanting, hands up, don't shoot. I would say there are probably a good couple hundred folks here right now. As we look, I actually want to show you
who are standing there
farther
beside
down
their
by
bicycles.
Franklin Parkway.
Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, so you can see, I'm going to just step back a little bit so that you can see a little bit more of the overview right here, 22nd Street and 676, right by the entrance to the Vine Street Expressway. And you can see from this vantage point just the number of people who are here right now. I say a good couple hundred, and then it extends all the way back to the Ben Franklin Parkway. If I zoom in a little bit, you can see that there are people out there on the parkway right now. Police have blocked a lot of that area to traffic. It was even difficult for us about 15 minutes ago to get onto the Ben Franklin Parkway just to park our vehicle. We can see that there are a number of people who are here right now. They are chanting, hands up, don't shoot. They got their hands in the air. But we have this Philadelphia police and Pennsylvania State Police who are trying to just keep the peace here after trying to get onto the highway. And that's what they're trying to prevent is anyone from getting hurt here. But for the most part here, peaceful protest.
That's what we're looking at right now, Matt. We've got a shot up from one of our cameras here of the actual highway. This is the Vine Street Expressway, where we've got quite a few people being detained here. A sheriff's van there. Looks like they're going to be loading those folks onto that van. So we've got several different scenes that stemmed from one large protest that started a little before 4 o'clock this afternoon. This is one of them. on the Vine Street Expressway. The vast majority of the folks, they got off of the Vine, but then we've got another scene that where you are along 22nd Street, and this crowd really has dispersed into different little groups that are now, you know, interacting with police officers. We're trying to get them away. As I'm looking at your shot, Matt, looks like we've got a lot of bicycle officers moving in.
And you know, we saw, Aaron, that police were allowing these protesters to march through the streets of Philadelphia. And it all changes when you try to block a major artery, which obviously was their intent, to get attention. What do? You try to block traffic on a major artery in and out of the city. But police are not going to let them do that without trying to clear them out of there. So that's when it becomes confrontational. We've seen this happen before.
Matt, a little earlier we saw a large bike police officer, bike brigade kind of congregated over there by the library. It appears this may be the group that's coming from that direction that has come in to help here.
Yeah, they definitely came from that direction of the Ben Franklin Parkway, and they are now just trying to clear the street. They're trying to clear 22nd Street, get everybody out of the street right now. About 5 minutes ago, you could see a lot of these folks were on that overpass by 22nd Street and 676. They just blew an air horn here, trying to get everyone's attention, trying to clear this area. But where we did have maybe about 10, 15 officers in this area, now we have a good 30 to 40 officers. Pennsylvania State Police, Philadelphia Police here right now, trying to just keep this protest in order.
And we should mention that it's just about 5:30 here. Citywide curfew goes into effect in a half hour. This is the third day of a citywide curfew. So a half hour, nobody should be out here. And we've still got, as you mentioned, hundreds of people out here. This picture of folks on the Vine Street Expressway, this is where this large group was. And you can see they're putting them on the bus right now. But they are trying to get these streets cleared. First, these officers, my producer is telling me in my ear, my producer in my ear is telling me that these officers are searching the folks that are here detained one by one, and that's what's taking some time to get this scene clear, to open up the Vine Street Expressway. They are searching each one of these people that you see that has their hands behind their back. Their hands in zip ties. They're searching one by one and then putting them on the bus. So this is going to take a little bit of time here, 5:30 on a Monday evening.
You see one of the officers close to those people who are detained. Obviously the shots are smooth, but talking to them, they're peacefully waiting with their hands behind their backs, getting searched one by one and then being placed on that bus. While here on 22nd Street, where Matt Lucia is, a little more chaotic, as officers on bikes are trying to keep this group from getting anywhere close to the Vine Street Expressway again. We've seen some of them holding signs with the names of people who died during arrests or confrontations with police. Obviously, Mr. Floyd at the top of the list.
Ahmaud Arbery was on there. I saw Breonna Taylor.
Yeah.
I mean, even though we had a lot of officers there on the scene, people are kind of hanging around. Doesn't look like they're dispersing. Yeah, they're moving in different directions, but people are most certainly kind of hanging around this area. A half hour before this citywide curfew goes into effect. So it doesn't look like people are moving with purpose anywhere.
Right, and we also want to remind people that the Ben Franklin Bridge is closed right now because of this incident that's going underway right now in and around the Vine Street Expressway. So the Ben Franklin Bridge closed right now in and out of Philadelphia.
Yeah, causing some major traffic disruptions. Noticeably not as many cars on the road, obviously, with stay